Here is a comprehensive guide I've put together to help you decide if you should work on that next idea. So this is the second video in my Building Email Love series, where hopefully you can get a tidbit to use in your own project while I build email love from nothing to hopefully something great in the future. So just two quick bits before we start. This is meant to act like a workshop so you can brainstorm pros and cons while I speak, and hopefully it brings everything to the surface. And then secondly, a side project implies that you already have a day job or a main project and you're gonna work on this new idea on the side. Okay, so point number one is, how passionate are you about the subject? Rate it from 1 to 10, and it actually makes things really simple. If it's 8 and above, the answer is yes, go green, you need to work on the side project. So I'm gonna freestyle a bit. You're working at the bank and you are obsessed with paper jets. So you make paper jets all day, you draw designs. Every time you fly a paper jet, you giggle a little and you're thinking, wow, I could actually create a rad resource online where I just list some designs. And next thing you know, you got an Instagram account, you start hashtagging paperjet everywhere, and then people following you, you following them, you're all interacting, you start a YouTube channel. And then all of a sudden you're making $50 per month of people buying your paperjet templates. And then, fuck that $50. Some guy sends you a video of his son flying a paperjet using your template, and the son is grinning ear to ear and he's just thanking you. That is the beauty of side projects right there. So let's flip it around. You know there's money to be made in the insurance game, and you're thinking about starting a side project to do with car insurance, maybe comparing all the providers. I personally think that if you're not passionate about the subject, it's gonna come through in your tone. Once the novelty is worn off after your launch, you're gonna go through the dip, and without passion, you're not gonna push through that next phase. So let's throw it straight back in my face. Rob, are you passionate about email? Why are you doing email love? And the answer is, I'm not that passionate about sending bulk marketing emails to people, but I am passionate about creating effective, simple designs. The similarities between beautiful, minimal landing pages and good-looking marketing email designs are very similar. Okay, second question. Take into account you're probably 5 to 8 passionate about the topic. Why exactly are you building this side project? Is it for street cred? Are you doing it to make money? Are you doing it so this will eventually become your main job? Do you want to hire people? Do you want to help people? You need to write down all these things and be realistic with your objectives. I personally think the best reason to create a side project is if it's solving your own problem. I couldn't find enough references to one-page websites back in 2008. So I simply started a WordPress site listing them. So let's quickly take a look at everything I'm involved with and why I did them. You get Yo, the design and development show on YouTube. It was to learn a new skill and be creative at the same time. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I got an app called Audio Notes. Why did I do it? Because I send audio feedback to people, and I actually integrated with my service, Coffee for Feedback. I built an app called Tide.is with my friend Fernando. Do I use it? Yes, I use it. When I arrive anywhere traveling, I just open the app and then there's the Tide. So I built all these things to solve my own problems. So now when it comes to email, I am sending email. I am using, newsletter provider services. I now am forced to do research. Which are the best? What are the 5 words to avoid in your subject line? I'm going to be doing this research while sending campaigns to Audio Notes, Yo, Tide.is, One Page Love. It fits within what I'm doing. Is it solving my own problem? It will make things better. Another thing to consider is, are you building this side project as a backup plan in case your current industry kind of stagnates? Think about if your pure business was BlackBerry phone covers, and then your side project ideas, maybe we should also do other smartphone phone covers. It's a good idea to greenlight that project. So point number 3 is, will you use your own side project? I feel if the answer is yes, you're gonna be in a better position to create better UX, With One Page Love, I search within the website to find inspiration, to find references, to build my own landing pages for my own product. And I can say, wow, this search is shit. And then I improve it because I need it to be improved for my own uses. So essentially, I feel if you don't use your project, you're probably just gonna forget about it and prioritize other things, and you're gonna land up selling the side project. So number 4 is opportunity cost. Is this the best use of my time right now? Every second I put in email love is not a second I put into One Page Love. Do I feel One Page Love has got to the stage where I can't improve it anymore? So ask yourself, the projects you're working on now, are you simply abandoning them to work on something and not finishing what you started? You need to consider these things. See, here's a quick example you can relay into your own projects. Why am I not working on a Windows version of audio notes? I get people asking me that all the time. The demand is there. And the answer is I feel I can make such a solid resource out of email love, and I can really monetize it well and grow a bigger resource than the audio notes version for Windows. So that's my justification, but you need to weigh up your opportunity costs on your own project. So point number 5, is my side project solving a real problem? Okay, so straight up, email is fucking difficult. So there are many pain points, just from chatting to a few people in agencies and so on. There's tons of services out there. There's inspiration sites, but they're still struggling. So this is a classic green light. There is lots of room to improve in the email industry. So start by asking a lot of people, but secondly, if you're unsure about the idea, how light can you test the idea? So we're not gonna go into this in detail, but basically a good example is my friend Mark Hemion had this idea to give design feedback as a service. So he bought getdesignfeedback.com, he signed up a Typeform, he created a very simple onboarding questionnaire, and at the end you had to pay $150 to get a really quality, seasoned feedback. Sent it to his networks and he got no bites. And that's a great way to test out if there is a real problem to solve. Point number 6, is the market progressive? There we talked about BlackBerry phone covers and so on. At the time they had no idea it was gonna bomb so hard. So I would say you can't look further than 5 years ahead. So when it came to green lighting one-page love, it came at a time where often a client would send you a half a page Word document of content and ask for a 6-page website. And I was convinced this could all be in one page, one short message, higher conversion, etc., etc. And I couldn't find enough, resources out there. But it just felt like this was the natural progression the industry was going to go. Attention spans are going. More people are using mobile phones. So one-page websites for me, gave me that gut feeling that the market was going to progress for simplicity. So a tip here is just simply go into Google or Google Trends and just start typing in a few phrases and keywords to do with your niche, paper jets or car insurance, and just see the sheer volume of results. And check out this massive market confirmation in the email template niche. So number 7 is competition. And from my experience, zero competition is a very bad sign. Way too much competition means it's going to be a long road ahead. But if there's several competitors that aren't really identifying your niche, that's a serious green light for your idea. The email industry is massive. There's a lot of room to improve. There's tons of pain points, like I was saying. So for me, the competitors out there are doing a great job. I feel I can also do a great job, and I feel like there's room for all of us. Just to part ways in competition is that it depends how you look at it. Competition can be the ultimate motivator. Competition can also slow you down when you see how fast they're progressing. Just remember why you built that resource in the first place. So back onto the email love competition, through a few Google searches, email inspiration, email templates, email tools, email providers, and I've learned that the email industry is fucking massive. So I need to decide where I want to position myself. Am I just targeting inspiration to start? And it's obviously advised to start small, then expand once you've got a following and so on. Confirmation wise, there's lots of competition, but there's also huge demand. Okay, point number 8 is how much of this are you actually going to build? How much are you going to outsource? When are you going to build this thing? So do you need to outsource the hardcore development, or are you just simply going to start small with a Tumblr or WordPress blog? Is your next idea cryptocurrencies because crypto is cool, but you have no idea how it works? You need to consider these things. If you can launch a super light version just to get your feet wet and get people interacting, and then maybe you validate your idea, that's a great way to start. Another point is how much savings do you have? And then secondly is how much time do you have to build this? So do you have your weekends free for the next 6 months? Are you allocating time for the side project? When and how are you actually going to physically build this side project? You need to be realistic with your expectations. Number 9 is who is actually going to make this content? I use the PaperJet example. It's just a personal blog and so on. You get a startup like Dribble, where people contribute content and then the community comments on it. That's just the beautiful circle of a community. Are you going to create a YouTube channel which has a daily video on a recipe? Are you committing to that? Is that actually part of your core idea? Is it a recipe a day? Or are you creating a written article once a month on personal finance? Have you built a gaming forum that has to be moderated every single day and it's going to eat away at all your freedom? Can you walk away from your idea for a week, for a month, for a year, and will it continue to grow? So last point, number 10, is are you cut out for the hustle? Right now I honestly have this burning, excited feeling in my stomach building email love, where I feel I can create something so valuable on the internet. with tons of resources, inspiration, because I've got the experience in One Page Love. I feel like I can leverage the traffic from One Page Love into email because the industry is so similar. So I have this feeling where I just don't want to sleep. I just want to work on it day, night, weekends, Friday night, Monday morning. I can't wait to work on this. With your side project idea, and it goes back to point one, if you're passionate about it, you will launch the idea, people say it's great, and then it'll get traction, and then it'll dip. Are you going to be mentally prepared for that low period? And I've had it with One Page Love. I had it with audio notes. I'm going to get it in Email Love. I'm going to launch Email Love. People are going to love it. And then my traffic's going to kind of plateau. And unless I'm ready to keep innovating, keep adding content, keep changing, keep improving the search, the site might just die. And you just need to be in it for the long game. Okay, well, so that's my comprehensive checklist to see if I actually want to green light my next idea. I have a massive idea bin in Trello where I just dump everything I think of, and it doesn't get the green light until it ticks most of those boxes. So what did I leave out? Is there anything super important? Let me know in the comments. Next up is going to be, what's the plan with Email Love? I have no idea what it's going to become. I've hardly done anything except for a few sketches, but I'm going to tell you my rough idea of where I think I'm going to take it in the next video. Thanks for watching, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.